Is it working? Let's see. We would check over here to see if it's working. We also should plug in our phone, right? Okie dokie. And over there's decent signal for it. Cool. Let's see. Looks like the stream is up. Cool. Let's send it to the Discord, homies. Whew. Stream 2 is beginning. I am sweaty. I just ate a big meal. And, let's see, what is this YouTube live control panel thing? This one. Okay, that doesn't seem super useful. It just says that, I guess it's kind of useful. Yeah, so, since the last stream, I cooked some food and I ate. It was a lot of food. I feel very full. We are starting to get to the hot portion of the day, so I put up a little heat shield out here so that as the sun starts to set on the west, it doesn't blast in here and make it too hot. Between my big door open over here and my little open window that goes to the cab but not into the cab, I've got a good cross flow of air. And I also have a freezer in here, and that means I have an ice pack that I think I'm gonna pull out as well because I'm pretty warm. I'm a little sweaty right now. But ice pack. With a good chunk of ice on the outside apparently. Um, cool. So we got our ice pack. Just to reiterate at the top what we are doing, let's switch to display capture with webcam. We are participating in Lame Jam 52. Let's see, make sure this is low quality, and then I can see chat down in the corner there, even if I have Unity open. So Lame Jam 52, the theme is No More Room. And on our last section, we got basic gameplay in, and we made a little frog dude. And so yeah, just kind of gonna go with it. And let's see, I will close this because the GIF eats RAM. And I'm gonna set up a chair over here on the freezer like before. So this will be our footrest, like so. And ice pack. I'll sit on the ice pack, sure. And let's see. Drink some water. And oof. Sit over here. Ooh, that ice pack is cold. Unsurprisingly. Let's see. Looks like we got 3 folks watching. Hello, folks. Whew, okay. So, let's see. I'll also go up here and we'll turn on a little green screen. Isn't it cool that you can do that now? You can have a green screen without a green screen. Also, it looks like it says reactions are on, so I should be able to do like the thumbs up and whatnots, right? Or do I just do that? Okay, I guess I can click them. It doesn't seem like it detects them, but whatever. Okay. Enough dicking around. This is where we left off. I made a little frog dude. We have really basic controls in. And you can kind of rotate the camera, and you can press space and jump. And then we're out of jumps until we iterate to the next turn, where the walls move in a little closer. And then dunk, dunk, dunk. We bring them in. The more times you let the walls move, the more you can move. But you don't have to, like, you know, do one per wall move, which does mean that you can kind of stack your jumps like that. So you can kind of do a super jump by double jumping, right? Which I may or may not keep, because I could just do like a, little raycast check if you're near the ground to fix that. It was a bug, but it's a bug that I'm like, maybe would be cool, right? I don't know. Oh, my nose is itchy. So let's see. I can't see the chat. Let's bring that down like there, and then I should be able to see the chat. Yeah. Let's see. We'll check on Discord. Okie dokie. I reckon for now, maybe I'll just work on like a little bit of like level design stuff, right? I could make like, I could start making the walls or something to not be in gray box realm. Or maybe it would be smart of me to like actually work out some mechanics. Let's see. We can also start kind of thinking about obstacles and stuff, right? Because it's not gonna be a particularly fun game without obstacles to overcome. So, even something just as simple as a little cube there. And then dunk, dunk, dunk. Oh no. Go around it. Dunk, dunk. Maybe like level 1 will be just a straight line or something, right? Just to kind of get the idea. And then level 2 could be, this or something. I also suppose I theoretically don't really need to use scenes as levels here. I could just like spawn in different prefabs and reset the walls to where they are, but I'd like to have, I don't want it to always be, finish in like um how many turns do we have right now technically? Um right now we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So 10 or 11 jumps, I guess really 10. Because that seems like, some levels it might be cool if you could get like 20, or maybe you have to figure out a path. Oh, like I said, I ate a lot. That lets you do 5 or something like that. Okay, so we have one little obstacle in there. Let's just open up Affinity Photo here, and we'll just super quickly bang out a texture for our finish line. And while that launches, we could maybe go to our project settings. Oh, I don't have my little laptop stand so that it's not directly on my lap. I did make the quality level like really low. So we'll see if that bites me in the ass later. Okie dokie. So we don't need super high resolution here. We'll say 512 by 512. It's going to kind of be our general resolution for this game. That's how high res the frog's texture is right now. Uh-oh, spinny wheel. Okay. Oh no. I didn't want that to start from the center. Is that oh, I see, from center. No thanks. So we'll actually go a little bit further there. We'll just do that, and we'll fill that in, and then we can duplicate this and press the wrong hotkeys because we're still used to using Photoshop, not Affinity Photo. Bring that down, and cool, duplicate the original, hide the original, select what we got going on in this new fella, delete that out of this fella, and heck, maybe we'll even make that a little bit bigger, like so, and then we're just going to put some text right here in the middle that says, we'll use a nice font. We'll use my go-to, which is Impact. And we'll just write goal. And let's see. Uh-oh. Oops. We need it to be bigger. And we need to delete the T that I accidentally put on. And let's make it white. And big. And save this. Let's see. We'll just save the Affinity Photo version as icon, and then we'll export a version that says goal, and then we can come back here and just change the text for other stuff. And I sure wish Affinity Photo would just remember the last place that I saved anything. There we go. Okay. Textures. And then we want alpha is transparency. We're going to need a new material. Yes, save. Material. Goal. Don't know if you guys can hear the wind, but occasionally it picks up pretty heftily. Turn on alpha clipping here, and then also emission, and goal icon right there, but we'll make this green and bump, say intensity 3, we'll see what that's like, and we're going to pop in a single quad. It says goal once again. There we go. I guess we're going to want to make this dual-sided as well. And we've already got a little light bloom on there, which is nice. That's perfect. And there you go. And we want to remove the mesh collider and make the box collider there. And it'll be a trigger. And we want it to be, at least decently big, right? So that we can actually trigger stuff. And it should be a little bit bigger than it really is, like so. Screen's getting dark on me. There we go. And okay. And then once we get to that, it'll just trigger the next level. Oh, hey, Polycube, how you doing? And let's see how this actually looks when we're in the game view. I guess maybe because of the camera, I should well, no, you can totally see that from, yeah, that's pretty visible from this camera angle for sure. Glad to hear it. Basically, my idea is, well, I think you can kind of see. Uh, you're a little frog dude, and the walls are slowly closing in on you. Um, and so you jump towards the goal, and then um, when you're out of jumps, you press like R, and then the walls close in a little bit more, but you get another jump, and then yeah. So it's wicked simple, but potentially I think there's some levels could be kind of interesting little puzzles or something. And just kind of working out the framework. Here's the frog that I modeled and textured on stream 1. I might do I don't know, a little bit more refinement on him, but he's froggy for now. Oh, he probably needs nostrils, doesn't he? Yeah, that's why he looks a little funny. But it's far away. And yeah, so that's it. I'm hoping I can knock it out pretty quick. And yeah, without further ado, I guess let's make our goal script. Are you participating in the jam also? Hell yeah, dude. It's always good to challenge yourself. I figure, I don't know if you saw in the Discord or not, but I'm currently in a truck. Um, out and out on a mountain. So my challenge is kind of working on the laptop and being in this tiny little space and stuff. Okay, void on trigger enter. Um, guess it could be on trigger stay. Trigger enter's fine. We'll see how it works. I guess in case I ever decide to have other colliders going around, I should probably make sure that we clarify this is if the player enters. Mm. Um, yeah, it's unclear. Um, I don't have like a permanent residence right now. Um, there's like, a couple friends that I may stay with occasionally. Just kind of see where the flow takes me. But yeah, I've been out here for uh nearly 3 weeks now, I think. Just, cooking every day, pooping in the woods. Uh just yeah, living. Um I'm also looking at like, uh potentially if I can, there's like really cheap chunks of land you can find in the middle of nowhere. Um for like, sometimes you can find something that's like 5 acres for $1,000, right? And I could uh I could probably afford that and then I could build my own house on there. Um it's it's a thing. Always make the best of whatever it is. Um I'm digging it, It's yeah, I mean mostly for me the thing that I really value most in life is like freedom and just doing the things that I actually care about, like exercising and making art or working on games and stuff. And it's like a small studio apartment is like you know, at least 1,000, like 1,000 if you're really lucky, or maybe like 1,200 if you're still sort of lucky. But like so many, just a small place to live is so expensive that you kind of have to work full time to afford it, and then you can't really do the things that you actually like to do, right? Um, so mathematically, barring any kind of like unexpected repairs or whatever, my living expenses should be down to, about $5,000 a year right now. Um, and that's not a lot. um, that's like, about a month's worth of work um, at like an entry level job, most places, right? And then, uh, the rest of the time I can do what I want to do. Okay, so using, I think it might be Unity Engine dot scene management. Yes. And then let's see. We're going to do a serialized field next level, right? Or I guess we could just do like the build index +1. I don't know. We'll do next level in case I ever want to like shuffle things around without messing with the build index or something. Um, yeah, yeah, because then I can like go back to the menu or something, or maybe I could add split path. I don't know. Um, so scene manager dot load scene and next level. Bong. There we go. I keep my scripts nice and simple. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely freeing. And you know, it's also like I built this camper totally from scratch, um, which was a good fun project as well. Um, so lots to, you know, got to learn a lot from that. And it's definitely given me like the confidence as well that like if I do find some cheap land, I can just definitely make something for myself there too. Um, because this is waterproof and it's kind of harder to build on a small moving platform that's subjected to like high speed winds and shaking from, you know, dirt roads and stuff. So comparatively, like a normal house somewhere would be way easier. Okay. And let's see, stretch the legs. Okay. I just have Verizon. And I'm lucky at this spot that I've got, depending on where I put it in here, I get like 3 to 4 bars of LTE. Um, but there are places, like the first, I don't know, third of this trip, there was like zero signal. Couldn't even get like directions. I was kind of just like, oh, well, I remember before when there was internet, like the GPS said to kind of head here, and it was actually fun, kind of, you know, not having GPS and figuring out how to get where I was trying to go. um, but yeah, ever since there was kind of like I don't know, threshold I crossed at a certain point where it's like everywhere past here has like decent signal, at least for Verizon for the most part. Um, and you know, potentially it could be, oops, meant to do Command Shift B. Oh yeah, and we want to set web as the active platform. Um, you know, some places I even had like 5G signal too, which would be like really good streaming. But even when I had a residence, um, I was just using Verizon because it's like I could pay, you know, a phone bill that's like, I don't know, 40 or 50 or whatever. And then I could also pay internet that's like 40 or 50 or whatever, right? And then that lower phone bill would be, you know, limited. Like before I had Verizon, I had T-Mobile, and they were charging me 60 a month, and I didn't even have unlimited data. Um, and after Verizon, I'm paying like 80 to 90 a month. Um, but I have unlimited data, so I have no reason to pay for home internet either. So that kind of like saves me money and has let me just always have internet everywhere. Visual Studio has stopped responding. Well, we'll just dismiss that. I mean, it's not like I'm like doing anything with it, right? I guess maybe switching the build platform might have been a good thing to do between streams, but here we are. And at this spot that I'm at currently, it's like I am in the mountains, but I'm also, you know, I'm only like a 15-minute drive from the nearest grocery store, which wasn't like that good of a grocery store, but um, then I'm like 30 minutes from a cheaper grocery store also that I prefer, so it's not so bad. And you can legally stay camped at like any site for the most part for 14 consecutive days, and then you have to move to somewhere at least 25 miles away, which isn't, that far when you have a vehicle. And then you can camp there for 14 days. And then, if you want to, you could head back to the original place or you could go find a third place or something. So you can kind of cycle through campsites like that. And obviously, I'm sticking to just free campsites because there are like campsites and campgrounds that are like, $40 a night or some shit, which is just ridiculous. Um, and they justify that by having you know showers and electricity and toilets and stuff like that. But if you plan ahead, you can kind of have all of that anyways. So let's see. Oh, I see. If I bring that up there, then we're better. Okay. And it looks like we're almost finished recompiling everything. Oh, maybe it's not even like, okay, we can probably still do stuff without it doing that. Cool. So in that case, we are indeed on web now. And we can just really quickly make sure things work. We'll just make a new scene. And just be basic one. And we can call this level 1. Open scene list. Add open scenes. Go back to our sample scene. And of course, we need to set everything as actual prefabs now so that we can have stuff going cross level, but one thing at a time. We'll just make sure that this works. I also need to make the walls move nicer, especially because as they stand, they're very liable to, okay, well that should have, oh, you know what? I never set the player to the player tag. Ta-da! Hey, Nova Arc Studios, how you doing? So let's see, we'll jump back and then we can jump into the goal. And now we're on that second empty level. Cool. And then remember to make the player a player. Wow, what a playa. Watch out, ladies. That rigid body box collider is a real playa. Oh. I guess I should raise the model a little bit. I'm doing well. How about yourself? Oh, I already asked that, I guess, because you said good before. I'm good. I'm good. I'm uh, I'm frogging it up. Are you also in the game jam? Ta-da! Sweet. Okie dokie. Um, let's see. I guess I should maybe make things pretty. Um, mm, I ate too much food, dude. Let's see. Rock on. Yeah, it can be it's definitely a bit of a time commitment. I'm um I'm hoping mine is like I'm doing it so this is such a simple game I'm making that it should hopefully mostly be done by the end of today. Um which as you can see it sort of is um in that we got our basic thing happening. Ta-da. Okay, so let's go to our wall manager. And I guess I need to do some kind of lerp in here. Um, Thank you. Yeah, I could probably I always forget how to lerp. um, I could also switch it to move with rigid body positioning or something. Um, and I could also just put death spikes on the walls to keep players from getting too close to, so that then I mean I still need them to gradually move in, but that could fix my funky collision problem if there was death spikes on them, probably. Um, okay, so let's see. All L dot transform dot position. Nope, not parent position. Equals. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably look at documentation here. Um, lerp. Let's see. Okay. I am indeed, yeah. Um, my past few jam games I did on Windows. Um, but I before that I worked on this laptop. It's an M1 Air. And it's pretty powerful with a really nice battery life, honestly. Um, oh, I made a new error. Um, where? And yeah, I've done a decent amount of work on this. Like if you ever played my old game Negotiator, I did the entirety of this game on on Mac. Um, which I guess, means nothing if you haven't seen it. But let's see. I can probably just find without actually loading it. Oh yeah, for sure. It's like whatever. I know people get really like crazy and defensive about platforms and stuff, but honestly, they're all pretty good. Um, there's like occasionally, there's Windows programs that I wish I could run, but it's not that big of a deal, you know. I as strong as this like generation one ARM chip is, I gotta imagine like the M4s and stuff are crazy. Yeah, exactly. It's like they're they're really at the end of the day, like compute is a computer, right? Like um, Blender and Unity run on all three major operating systems, so that's all that really matters, right? um, hmm, let's see. I feel like I could probably do this like in a hacky way that works all right. Um, if we comment out all of this and we do an I enumerator, please. Oh, public void I enumerator, right? Yeah, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Um, Unity enumerator. I enumerator coroutine. It's been a while since I've actually coded anything, if that wasn't obvious. Okay, we'll make it, well, we actually want it public. Oh, I see. So public I enumerator coroutine. I'm just confused why IntelliSense isn't working here. Oh, because I gotta declare it up here. Are we, system.collections is missing. That's our problem. Maybe. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Because, like, I'm looking for, you know, this kind of thing here, right? Um, let's see. I'm being probably stupid with this. Okay. I think there's a, like, go back to the start thing, right? Yeah, okay. So, while timer less than 1, yield returned null. Timer starts out equaling 0. And then let's get these in there. And oh, and this goes inside as well. Let's just do timer plus equals 0.1f. There, that should do it. And what is your problem up here? Gotcha. There you go. Cool. Well, let's see if that works. There. That's probably that's something that'll be buggy. But whatever. Okay, there we go. It's a little smoother. Of course, it does, awesome. Hey, have a good night, Polycube. Sleep tight. Oh, we got rid of the part where it adds, where it adds a jump. Okay, let's see. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. It was just it being a little slow. Not an actual crash. All right. Sweet. I reckon we can probably play with those values a little bit. Um, Wonder if that'll make it like super slow or super fast. Uh-oh. That didn't quite work. All right. What if we add a 0 in there? And realistically, I should just make these inspector fields. Oops. There we go. Save and recompile. Yeah, that's a little bit nicer, I think. Very slowly moves in now. And yeah, definitely pushes the frog instead of just, no popping straight through, at least not like how it was before. Alrighty. Ooh, we got a lot of applications open. Alrighty. Gameplay wise, that's probably enough for now. We'll want to add in some pickups later. Um, but we can maybe make some art assets now too. Pop up Blender. Close some of these unnecessary apps. Probably get rid of Visual Studio too. Okay. Drink some water. Ugh. Probably gonna need to go to the main water storage. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and let's see, we'll close Unity for now because things aren't running great. And we can plug in the laptop like so. Ooh, ow. Oh, that hurt. Gee. Whew. Okay. Alrighty. So let's see. Obviously, this game doesn't necessarily have like a super big, coherent setting or visual identity to it right now. Um, hmm, Still very full. That's kind of what I'm hoping to fix here is like, I don't know, make some tiling textures that are at least, I don't know, something to kind of measure distance by or whatever. So let's get at it. Here, and then so we don't necessarily need like a big ole we don't need nothing too fancy, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Because it's already like you're a frog, and so the obvious thing is you'd be in like some kind of pond or swamp environment or something. But then having like good obstacles when everything's lily pads and shit, it's kind of hard. So I think we'll just kind of do this and just kind of forget that it's frog stuff for a bit when it comes to environment. Just make something that tiles that doesn't look too awful. Which maybe I've just failed at. We'll extrude that a little bit. And then what would that look like as a normal map? Ta-da! Okay. Camera. Let's see. Delete that camera, go to this camera. We're going to set our render size 512 by 512. And we should have the camera be like orthographics or something. And two, bada bing, bada boom. I still think I want something kind of like sharper there. That's a bit better, maybe. What if we do like something like this for those bits? Yeah, that'd be all right, maybe. And then we could do a viewport render, super quick. And we've got a super fast tile map right there. Put that in texture, environment, tile 1, we'll say, save. Hop back over to Unity. And texture type is going to be a normal map. Apply. And let's see, can we set this to tile even more? Yeah, there you go. That's not the worst, necessarily. Shit, it looks like Legos. Um, but it's frame of reference at least, right? There we go. And we can also duplicate it and not tile it so much, particularly on the y-axis. And that would look a lot better for those walls. There we go. Which also, I suppose, could be made shorter if I just raised them. Like so. Yeah. Repetitive, but better than Gray Box, I think. I guess just for like juice purposes, I should make there be like, I don't know, some kind of confetti or something when you get to the end there. Let's see. One viewer, I believe, is just me over here on my thingy that sees the chat. And with no viewers, there's no pressure not to just drink some water. So let's see. Ow. I'm really thirsty today, I guess. Okay. Whew. All right, so it's kind of like level 1. I guess maybe we should like put in an option, really, right? To continue the level or try again also. I also think we can go into our script and we can set the player to when you jump be the same rotation as the camera so that you can very clearly see, you know, he'll be jumping the right way. It'll look less funky. Good at. Gotcha. Let's see. Ooh, this is Polycube, who was just in here. Oh, his game is looking cool. Yeah, that's sweet. Oh man, that's way better than what I'm doing. Nice. All right. Good on him. Let's see. So there we go. Let's see if that works predictably or fucked everything up. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. The switched direction on jump is good. There you go. Okay, cool. And then, you know, this is kind of like, I think it's fine to have this kind of weird look for the first level, you know. There we go. And then Shift D. No. Control D. What am I looking for here? commandy, I guess. And then holding command keeps it locked on. And then since this is like way smaller, I can do a 10 by 10 there. You're gonna 5 by 5? Yeah, it's kind of fine. Which direction is the sun coming from? Okay. We go like this. I think that'll be a little bit better. And you know what? We should probably put spikes on these too. Like just to make it really obvious that you don't want to be crushed by the walls. Although there's like something to be said about, you know, being crushed by the walls too, right? Basically, the whole game is the Star Wars trash compactor scene. Okay. So yeah, I'm really curious about these shadows because they seem really shitty. 100? 50. I mean, increasing the cascade count isn't necessarily going to help a lot. I think we just need a bigger shadow map, right? But where, oh, where is the shadow? There it is. 2048. That should be fine for web, right? Yeah. What's this? Oh, for spot and point lights. Well, we don't currently have spot and point lights. Doesn't seem to be compiling. All right, but those are less jagged shadows already for sure. I should take a nap. Let's see. How's my truck battery doing? 96%? Okay. Wondering if maybe I should like make coffee for tomorrow. I don't know. Even if I don't make spikes for the walls, I should totally make spikes just for the level, you know, something to avoid bouncing on because they'll kill you. Yeah, we don't really need to save that. Let's see. Just to be clear, yeah. Okay. Oops. Spikes. Ta-da. And we may as well. Come on. Yeah, between the heat and all three applications open, my computer's not very happy, particularly when I'm in Blender. And let's see. There we go. Woof. Because honestly, I don't know if there's like really gonna be much of a learning curve in a game this simple. I just hope it's like not too boring, basically. Nah, but we will smooth those. Maybe that'll look a little better. Also, I bet we have some annoying... Yeah, there we go. Oh, just some really like... I set that to metallic in here, right? Yeah. I don't know why it doesn't seem like... Save. It doesn't seem like the imported texture is metallic at all. Let's see. Let's just reset that texture. There you go. And then we'll duplicate this, but we'll remove the normal map and we'll make it very metallic. We'll put that on those and we'll make it bright. There you go. Wonder if maybe we should make it red so that, well, it may be partially red, right? That'll make them stand out a little bit. Or we could make the base red. And that'll signal to players like, hey dude, you don't want to land on this shit. There you go. Cool. And then I want to be like, because I really hate bad colliders. So I want to be sort of forgiving with this in that, like, if you very clearly, like, wouldn't have gotten hit by it, want it to not actually get you. This should be, kind of like only if you landed on it, but a close call should be okay. I guess maybe I should add middle spike too. Um, I'll just write kill player on this. And then we can reuse the same script if the player manages to get out of bounds. Okay. So, kill player script there. And we're going to want to be using Unity engine.theme management. And we'll just rip this from here, although I guess maybe that's a little silly. Because it's going to actually be on... Okay, well, guess we're going to rip this from there. And then we'll use on collision enter if collision dot other dot game object dot compare load scene manager dot get active scene. Build index? Okay. Cool. There we go. And then just to save myself some headache, I'll duplicate this a few times so that it's easier for me to land on. Doesn't holding down command snap to grid? It sure does. Okay. These, of course, apparently don't quite conform to the grid. Or maybe the original one doesn't, and who knows. There we go. We got lots of spikes now. I don't know if you folks, to which I mean nobody, because nobody's watching, can hear the cow in the background, but there is a cow back there mooing. Oh, that's a problem for me testing this. But there we go. It works. Ooh. Okay, that's awesome to know. That those don't reset. Okay. So void start can jump equals 1. There we go. That is a good bug to catch. Wait, is that the right directions for that? Should I change that? I don't know. He did, and then our jumps reset. Cool. Beautiful. And then because the goal is like so bright, I guess I really kind of need to um, make the jump text not white, or I need to put something behind it. Okay, ooh. Let's take a screenshot of this. Is that not functioning? There we go. Alrighty. I should maybe take a nap. I wonder if it would be enjoyable playing from like this view. Maybe. I'll probably like adjust the camera stuff a little bit in the final game. Yeah, but because there's no reason not to let players kind of like have way more control over the camera than they would currently. But I think for now, maybe I take a little break from streaming because sitting cross-legged this long, my legs hurt. And it's been how long? Yeah, about an hour 30. So it's probably a decent place to take a break. Cool. Yeah, I am ending the stream for now then.